Good morning. It's Jim Archer, and I am your instructor for your Humanities 1301 course, Introduction to the Humanities. I wanted to run through the syllabus with you and talk about the course information that I feel like is most important for you to be successful in this class. So if you will go on to Blackboard and click on the syllabus tab, maybe pull that out and print it out. That might be a good thing. You could pause right here and print that out, and then flip over to page 3 and go to course information. That's where I'm starting. Yes, you're in an Introduction to Humanities 1301. When people ask me what this class is about, I always tell them that it's all those things that your dog doesn't do. So your dog probably doesn't sit in the backyard playing the ukulele, studying scripture, painting, doing those things, unless you've got a really exceptional dog. And if you do, well then you may ought to take him to the circus or something like that. But these are all the things, all the expressive works of humans across time. And so we're part of the humanities. It's something that I'm hoping that you'll see as we go through this course. It's about art and literature and music and cinema and all of those different fields, those different ways that humans express themselves. And that's the first half of your book. The second half of your book is all of the themes of the humanities. And so within movies and music and literature, there are all these themes like love and religion and nature and freedom and morality. And those themes are woven into all of these disciplines. And so your book's kind of broken up into those halves. We'll study those things. Well, who am I? Well, I came from a place called La Mesa, Texas. It was a little cotton farm, and I figured out very quickly that I was allergic to manual labor. I would just break out in sweats every time I went out there to work. And so I went to college and got a degree in English and a degree in psychology. I would go on and get a master's degree in counseling. Well, I didn't know for sure if I would ever use that English degree, and then this class came up and I was asked to teach it. Part of the reason is because I have a writing background and done a lot of writing. Have written plays and acted in plays, and that's part of our class. I'm also a musician and have traveled doing music for years and years, play the guitar and love doing that. But also because I have a lot of studies in literature, so that's one of the reasons I was invited to do this class. And on top of that, I've gotten to be a part of a lot of different world religions and go and study those things. And I'm a licensed minister here in Lubbock. I'm a worship leader in town. And so that's a little bit about me and why I teach this course. My family, I've got a beautiful wife I've been married to for 19 years coming up in the summer, and she's amazing. And I've got 3 kids, a 14, an 11, and a 7-year-old. You may hear stories about them throughout the course. As far as me now, I also sell houses, and so I'm a realtor and a psychology instructor and a humanities instructor, and do a lot of different things. I like to have a lot of different fields that I'm in. And so that's a little bit about me. I hope that you'll feel comfortable to email me or call me if you have any questions. My email address is on that course information sheet. It's jarcher@southplainscollege.edu. And that's the best way to get in contact with me. I will tell you I don't respond to you on the weekends. And so if you send me something on the weekend, it'll be a weekday before I get back with you. If you wanted to come meet with me face-to-face, you could do that on the Lubbock campus. That's where I'm stationed. I have my office hours listed there from Friday from 9 to noon. And then every day, Monday through Thursday, I'm here from 9 to 9:30, and then 12:15 to 1. So you'd be welcome to come and visit with me any of those times. Always email me if you're going to do that, because I would sure hate to have another appointment and miss you if you came to this campus and I wasn't here, or if I had another student in my office. That would be a big bummer for me. Let me talk to you about the book real quick. You do not need a Revel access code for this book. However, let me tell you why I recommend the ebook and why I recommend that you buy it through Pearson or Revel. You can actually buy the ebook and then buy a print copy of the textbook for $20. So the ebook's $80 or $90, then add on the $20 for the print copy. That's still less than if you just went to the bookstore and bought the print copy. The print copy is much more expensive than getting both the ebook and the print copy. So if you want to just use the ebook, that's great. If you want to get the print copy, go get the ebook. It'll give you a prompt to buy the print copy for $20. Go ahead and do that. Or you can also find a used or previous edition of this book if you are more comfortable doing that. If you do use a previous edition, just know that you are responsible for any information that's been updated. So you'll need to kind of figure out, am I getting the right information or not? As far as the way that this course works in grading, I've got some things I'll talk to you about. I do want to let you know this is a point system though. So for instance, you have discussion posts and they're all worth 60 points. If you make a perfect score on that, you have 5 of those, that would be 300 points from discussion posts that you got. And so you don't have a 30 in the class or a 300 in the class. You have, when we get to the end, it'll tell you kind of the point system there. And so like 900 to 1,000 is an A, 800 to 899 is a B. Once you look at that, then it'll tell you what letter grade that you have. So you might want to look at that point system. It's kind of an easy way, I think, to keep up with your grades, especially in an online class, since it's not it really is technically percentage based, but it's the points, I think, make it a little simpler. How do you attend this class? Well, as far as our attendance policy, if you go MIA for 2 weeks, I could very well drop you. You have to do your quizzes, do your discussion posts, and stay involved in the class. If you go for 2 weeks without checking in, then that could justify dropping you from the course. Just know that is your responsibility, though. If you decide you're just not going to complete the course, it's your responsibility to drop you. There are times I may not notice if a student has missed a few class periods in a row, or it may be past the point when I can drop you, or maybe I just forgot to. It's your responsibility to drop yourself if you need to do that. Discussion posts are a big way that we communicate and learn in this class. Those are kind of like miniature essay questions. And so you'll need to go in your book, get information about each one of those, and then write your own post about the prompts that I have under the discussion board tabs. Now, when are these due? On the left side of your screen, you'll see something called the course calendar. That is something you need to print out. You need to convert it over to whatever schedule book that you have, and need to keep up with all of these due dates. Generally, you're going to see that Sunday nights at right before midnight is when I ask for everything due. So just kind of give you a little heads up that you'll need to go and print that out so you know when your due dates are. These discussion posts, you'll respond to the prompt. Make sure you fully respond. Generally, I'll ask you to cite something in the book. That means give me some information that you found relevant from what you read in the book. And then you'll also comment on a classmate's post. That comment doesn't need to be just simply, oh, I agree or I disagree. It needs to be a well thought out, at least a paragraph response to your classmate's thoughts. So usually when people are losing points, it almost is always because of that classmate response. Make sure if you're struggling with, what do I say? Read the book a little bit, find a vocabulary word that might relate to what your classmate has to say, and then respond in that way. Your participation exercises, these are basically the opportunity to get some extra points in the class. I've given you 2 of those so far. Could give you more, most likely not, because I've already put 2 of them up there. One of them, for instance, you go off and do an art project and kind of show us your art, and you can get some extra points for doing that. The other one is basically introducing yourself this week. And so that's an easy way to go ahead and get points. So by the 28th, you need to have your syllabus quiz done. That's a quiz on this video and this syllabus, this course information we're going through. And you need to have done your introduction on the discussion board. Now, what about quizzes? You're going to have several quizzes in here. I write those quizzes, and they are on Blackboard. So you'll click quizzes. You'll have 2 chances at every quiz, and I'll take the higher score. On those quizzes, there are only 10 questions, and you have an hour to get it done. So plenty of time. Obviously, it's open book. So hope that you will use those quizzes as a chance to kind of gauge, are you really learning the information in the book? You'll have a project due at the end of the semester. That project usually involves attending a theatrical production or watching a movie and commenting on it. And so I'd love for you to make sure you start working on that ahead of time. I'm going to update some of those, and I'll add the updated list here in a few days. So I will ask you to get that project done. Just make sure that you kind of watch the announcements to see when that updated list comes up, and it'll be added as a tab on your Blackboard. As far as when I get back with you on things, I get back with you when on Fridays usually. So like if you post on Sunday, that's when all the posts come in, is Sunday right before midnight. It will be the next Friday before I grade everything. Okay, so that's my bulk of my office hours are Fridays. So that's when I'll grade things. That's when I'll start grading them. If they're longer, they may take me a week or so. And so just know it might be up to 2 weeks before you actually get your grade. Because I want to give everybody finish that post, and my first big chunk of office hours is the Friday after that's due. So just kind of know, usually it'll be the Friday after. If you email me, I'll usually get right back with you as long as it's not on the weekend. So don't get concerned if you don't get a grade right back. It'll take me about a week or a week and a half sometimes. Let's see, as far as academic integrity, just know that plagiarism is a real thing, and if you take someone's thoughts, that yes, absolutely, that's plagiarism without telling me where you got those. And so, please, if you're going to use someone else's thoughts or ideas as a launch pad for your own thoughts, make sure you cite the source that you use. Again, you're going to cite the book several times. I'm not going to be a big stickler about APA citations, but if you'll just put Gennaro, Altshuler, the textbook authors, and then either the section number or the page number you got that information from, I think that'd be a great way to do it. So Gennaro, Altshuler, section 5.1, or whatever that is in the book, or if you're using a print copy, page 12. And that will cover your citations. You don't have to do a full works cited on your discussion board posts. This is a course that you have to be pretty self-motivated. I do not accept late work. I have over 50 students currently in this class, so I've already graded and done. I do not accept late work for any reason. Computer requirements. This is an online class. You signed up for it. So you need to know how to work your computer, work on Blackboard. There's some Blackboard help there for you on the tabs if you need that. If it's a problem logging into Blackboard, you're welcome to email me and tell me, but it's better just contact our IT folks at South Plains and let them try to help you. Make sure that you understand I'm using a PC to grade this course and run this course. So if you submit assignments in Pages or any type of iOS device, sometimes it can cause some problems. So just know, make sure you're putting information, especially on your project, you're submitting things that are compatible for a PC. This is a classroom and you have online etiquette. That means you treat everyone like human beings, okay? So it's definitely okay to disagree with somebody in here. In fact, that's part of growing and becoming more advanced in your thought, is to disagree here and there. What I don't want to do is become degrading to anyone or just say, oh, you're just flat out wrong about that because I must be right. And so you can do that in tactful ways. Part of this class is learning how to do that and have creative conversations with someone without being hurtful to them. If you do become hurtful or you ever express anything that I feel like is hurtful or degrading toward a people group, I will address that. And if it doesn't stop, we will have a little come to Jesus meeting. If you have any accommodations that I can help you with, please let me know. I've tried to give you some links for accessibility on the course information sheet. The last thing I want to do is I do want to thank you for being in this class. I think that for me, it's an honor when you sign up for my classes. I don't get to know you quite as well as I do my face-to-face students. But what I do want you to know is I'm approachable, and I want you to know that I'm here to serve you and help you. So if you're confused about something or you just have some questions for me, please feel free to shoot me an email. I would sure love to help you. It is a blessing and an honor for me to have you in the class, and I'm so grateful for the time you're investing. I did some online classes this summer when I did my realtor license, and it just made me appreciate you all the more because sometimes it's a little harder to engage with an online class. So I appreciate your work, I appreciate your engagement, and I wish you the very best in this class. Please let me know if I can help you in any way. Go get that syllabus quiz done and that first participation exercise. You have a great semester.